What is up, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome yet again to another profile here, bringing you my Crusadia Guardragon deck profile. Now, this list is sort of inspired from a friend of mine's list who actually got 8th place at the Rochester Regional. I'll probably try to get the profile up sometime soon, although no guarantees. My friend might be getting it for me at some point, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, but he ended up getting top 8. If you want to see his list, join the Discord, and you can find his list in the Deck Ideas channel. Feel free to do that if you haven't already. Also, yeah, check out Imperium Duelist 2, guys, for some of these amazing sleeves here that I'm rocking on the main or extra, or of course the Dragon Scale playmat, two-tone. It's like this blue to red and then red on the other side. I don't know how well you can see that with the lighting in here, but really nice, simple playmat. As well as the other playmats they have on the Millennium playmat, the Tour Guide playmat you guys have seen on the channel as well. You can pick all that stuff for 10% off down in the description below by using that code WinnerKills10 off. But let's go ahead and get into the profile. Now, my build is probably as budget as I possibly could have made it, because I myself like to keep things as budget as possible when I can. When I can afford to, especially with certain decks. Some decks really can't be budget, but this is one of those decks that I felt I could try to make as budget as possible. So starting off with monsters, 3 Crusadia Maximus. I'm not actually sure how much this guy goes for, but I can't imagine some of the Crusadia monsters costing that much, since I think this is probably the cheapest way to play this. There's Danger Thunder, and then there's this version, which I think this version is a little more consistent, and it's also probably a little bit cheaper as well. So we have 3 Crusadia Maximus, and then we have 3 Crusadia Arboreer. This one is a tuner, which is sort of important because we do synchro summon in this build, which is nice to see. But yeah, we're basically just playing a ton of names. One of the more important ones, Crusadia Draco, common out of Cybernetic Horizon. This is one of the more important ones. He adds back a Crusadia from the grave when special summon his own A-Link monster points to, but he can also be linked away into either Pisty or Elpy to be able to make Guardragon plays, so that's very, very important. 3 Reclusia and 2 Leonis. I would play 3 if I was playing the Rescue Cat engine, which I don't own Rescue Cat or Elephant, so I didn't want to have to play that engine, and I honestly don't think you need it. Of course, it is helpful, it is really good, but you don't need it to play basic Crusadia Guardragon. It's just sort of a win more, and at that point, you'd probably want to play a 3rd Leonis. And then we have 2 World Crown. It has the same summoning condition as all the Crusadia monsters, but this guy can provide a negation for himself to tribute himself to negate the effect of a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, and it destroys that card. So it's an added negate in of itself if you can't sort of do your normal combo and you happen to see that card. Then we have 3 Destrudo. I'm playing 3 of this because of some other cards I wasn't able to pick up in time for this profile, but I really do like seeing Destrudo. It helps you make your Borreload Savage Dragon later on because you need to target a level 3 with this card, mainly Arborea, and then you synchro with this and Maximus or any other level 4 Crusadia or level 4 monster, and then you have an 8, and then you can synchro into Savage Dragon, which gets Yugioh, and then there's 4 tokens on it, and you have 4 negations, which is really, really powerful. And I do like Destrudo for that reason, because he helps make that monster. Then we have 3 Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. I actually, when I was play testing this deck, I was playing the opposite ratio what apparently everybody else is playing. I was doing 3 white and 1 dark, which honestly was playing all right for me, because I found a lot of times turn 1, this guy is live, and I guess this guy is too. But I went around and checked a bunch of other profiles to make sure if my build was sort of incorrect, but I guess everybody else is doing the 3 Black Dragon and then 1 White Dragon, so I ended up switching over to that. You could play it the other way around, because I played with that and it had like no problem comboing. Never saw it as an issue. But yeah, so 3 Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, 1 White Dragon, Wyvern Burster. Then I have 3 Handtraps. I know some builds don't play Handtraps, but I think having this card when you do have to go second, because you're not always going to win the dice roll, is nice. It's an easy side out when you know you're going to go first. So yeah, 3 effect valors are alright. This could be Ash, could be Droll, could be whatever you want it to be. Could not be Handtraps, you play Instant Fusion instead. Then we have our 3 big boys. We have our 1 Red Eyes, 1 Gamma Seal, and 1 Amorphage Goliath. The Goliath I was originally going to cut, but like having the option to summon this thing out like immediately off of your Elpy can just auto win games, especially against decks that really rely on the extra deck to be able to out anything, especially a card at 2750. Gamma Steel, of course, for the waterfront play, and Saryuja, and then Red Eyes Darkness Metal, of course, is just absolutely bonkers in here. I'd be able to summon out any dragon from grave or hand, I believe. One dragon monster from hand or grave, yeah, and it's not a hard once per turn either, which is kind of ridiculous. And that's it for the main deck monsters. We'll go ahead and into the spells now. 3 called by the grave. Anything your opponent tries to do to your plays, you can just say no to, and just keep on making some nasty boards. 2 War Legacy Guardragon. I was playing this card at 3 and decided to cut it down to 2 because I had to make room for some other cards. We'll see in a moment. This card is just really bonkers. You can target a level 4 or lower dragon monster in your grave, add it to your hand, or special summon it. And then the other effect is you can target a dragon monster you control that you can move it to another one of your main monster zones. So this helps like to create room for summoning out other monsters if you don't have the room. It's just a really powerful card overall. And then next we have 2 terraforming, and then I play the 1 waterfront. Ideally you'd want to play 2. It's probably the jankiest thing in here. You could cut Desrudo down to 2. But I don't have a second waterfront. I didn't feel like looking for one or ordering another one to just be able to fill in this profile. So you could play 2 waterfront. I'd probably recommend playing 2 waterfront as well. And then we have some one-of spells to finish out the deck. Foolish Burial Reborn and basically Monster Reborn 2.0. All just combo extenders, getting Desrudo into the graveyard. Very nice cards. So that's it for the main deck. Pretty standard main deck, I would say, for Crusadia Guardragon. And then extra deck we have our Crusadia Maguses and 1 Spatha. The Magus is basically your link 1 that you go into with any Crusadia monster except itself. And then you summon a Crusadia monster to your zone of points to. You add a Crusadia monster, so you add your Draco or your Arboreal or whichever one you need. And then you use this and the monster you summon here to go into Spatha. And then you summon out ideally Draco or one of your baby dragons. And then you make LP, or LP, and then this moves LP over, and then you start comboing. So this card's pretty important. Just better hope they don't stop either the Spatha or the LP with like a Watt Kinetic Puppeteer or an Ash Blossom, or else your turn's pretty much done. 1 Equal Max, basically plan B if you need it, going second, just OTK their face off. Then we have the Guardragon lineup, 1 LP, 1 Pisty, 1 Agar Pain. I was originally playing 2 Pisty in my build, mainly because I like the idea of if my opponent was able to survive another turn, I could summon into a second one of these, and then if I saw World Legacy Guardragon, I could like move something and reborn like Red Eyes Darkness Metal from my grave to be able to reborn something else if they're able to like get rid of the Crystal Wing. So I like having this card as a follow-up. So I was going to play 2, but I decided to cut it down to 1 just to sort of streamline the extra deck. Then I have double Saryuja here. I only have 1 actual Saryuja. I don't know if I want to order another one because I don't know what this card's fate is going to be on the ban list. I think 2 is like non-negotiable for the extra deck. I was thinking about playing 1 because I only had 1, so I wanted to see if there was a way just to play 1. But just going through the basic combos of this deck, like the second one comes up so fast and you just need it to draw into cards and get your combo pieces on board. Then we have 1 Borreload and 1 Sword, both targets that you can summon off of your Agar Pain. And then other synchro monsters here, we have F.A. Dawn Dragster, Crystal Wing, and Borreload Savage Dragon. I know some builds play Hot Red Abyss, but Crystal Wing can protect itself a lot easier. It's harder to get over, and it destroys the monster that it negates. And Savage Dragon is basically like a pseudo, what is it, the Hot Red. This card can negate anything, anywhere. I think it's pretty powerful. And you can also just hard make it. You can't summon it off of Agar Pain. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't get the effect to attach a link monster to it to gain the counters on it to be able to negate things. So you just make that naturally. And then 1 Hope Harbinger, because you can summon this off of Agar Pain as well. And this doesn't require materials to negate a spell, which is really nice. So that's it for the extra deck, and that's it for the whole profile. It's a pretty standard list. Of course, there could be other things thrown into it. Obviously, the only thing I would change going forward is just cutting into Yugioh for a second waterfront if I ever get a second waterfront, which I hopefully should at some point soon. I originally wasn't playing the waterfront because I don't think you need it in here 100%, although it just does help make your your worst openings a little better, because usually you can like draw into a terraforming or waterfront or gamma seal or any of those cards and be able to set it up really easy. And if you don't draw into gamma seal, you're just banking on drawing into cards like terraforming or waterfront itself of your double star Yugioh, and then you can use your field spell to search out the gamma seal, and then you can use Star Yugioh to special summon the gamma seal to your field to be able to basically have tons of negations with that card just by removing 2 counters. So it's pretty powerful. Yeah, so that's it for this build. Like I said, I try to keep it as budget as possible. No Hot Red Abyss. You don't have to play Borreload. You don't have to play either of these cards, honestly. You could just play other generic synchros or other link monsters, other dragons that are special summon targets for Agar Pain, whatever you feel like. And or you can play like Nat Beast and Barkion. You can just play the Rescue Cat engine in the main deck as well. And yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say. Don't forget to check out me on all these social medias down here. Join Discord if you want to see my friend's 8th place regional deck profile. It's just a Yugioh Pro screenshot. Congrats to him. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, as always, leave a like if you did. As always, WinterKill signing out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.